Falling through those dark waters. Rowan falls through the ocean, already surrounded by water, like he was just picking up where he left the dream off last time. No boat, no raging storms, just the rapid undercurrents dragging him down like a rock, sinking deeper and deeper, the murky darkness encapsulating all. He holds his breath, his lungs threatening to burst if he doesn't take another gulp of air. His muscles strain as their oxygen supply runs low with his struggles, yet he persists. He fights and tries to swim up to the surface, but the inky blackness makes it hard to determine which way is up and which way is down in this god-forsaken ocean. Then, he feels it. A tug at his wrist. His right wrist, clasped by something. It's cold. It feels heavy. He draws his keyblade, but it falters. Not even starlight showing now. His eyes dart to his hands at once, and the horror twists the pits of his stomach. He stares at a sickly coating of jet black ichor pressing its way around his hand, his fingers fusing together as they are bound in a silvery skin. A gloved hand wrapping around him, a heavy buckle clasping over his wrist, preventing him from summoning his keyblade when he needs it the most. He pulls, fights, struggles, and then another clasp. His other arm, his waist, his ankles, all grabbed by the strange appendages, dragging him down toward the pitch they spawned from, this everlasting darkness. He pulls, he fights, he struggles, but nothing can break the bindings, the water rapidly stealing his strength. They tighten, his body getting wrapped more and more, that silver skin tightly coating him inch by inch, first spreading up his right arm, then his left, then from the bindings around his chest and his legs. It glides faster and faster, pulling and contorting his body into a shape resembling the monstrous detached that they saw before. More and more, the buckles and bindings slap around him, entombing him. The shining, silvery liquid wrapping around his neck and creeping up the underside of his jaw, threatening to enclose his mouth and nose. His eyes wince as he tries his best to hold his breath, but the maddening need for oxygen spills over, and his instincts eventually win out. He takes a deep breath, and that heavy, cold water spills in. His eyes flutter. His struggles start to die down. His strength saps through the bindings that cling to him, weighing him down like an anchor. As he is starting to close his eyes, he feels that warmth inside. Fight. His body is heavy, weak. He can't see anything, but the warmth grows. You always fight. Do not let the memories weigh you down. The chains can be broken. He does not know who is speaking, or where that voice is coming from, but his chest burns brighter. He moves his arms, and his eyes lethargically look to the inky appendages that grabbed him before. Chains? He was confused, but he could feel the cold against his skin, trying to inhibit his every move. That strange, silvery wrapping coating his right hand, looking like water. his hand just visible through the material. An illusion? Yes. Good, Rowan. Use our power. I know you can. You have done this before. Find the weak spot. Break it. He felt that fire deep in his chest now. Like it was evaporating the very water that had filled his lungs a moment ago, giving him just enough time and strength to focus. Focus. Think. Feel. His eyes opened, and he looked in front of him. Starflare was in his hand. His hand. That silvery flesh was an illusion. He saw the metallic cuff, the strange hands from before, now golden chains. He looked at them, his eyes scanning what they could in this obsidian trench. As he looked at the chains, a thought occurred to him. He turned to face the direction that they were pulling, and reached for them now, dragging himself deeper and deeper, his keyblade guiding him to a loose link as he climbed the taut metal down. There. He pointed the blade to the link, that fire filling his veins like before, glowing with a power that was so familiar, and yet so new. And a beam of light cast forward toward the weak metal. I'm going to take a little quick sippy break, but there's more.
Sippy.
While you're taking a sip, Dupe, I'm so glad you held off on sharing any of this with me. This is fucking wild.
Thank you. Walking along the grass in the summer sun, he looks around. The echo of gulls is heard overhead. That familiar saline smell, fresh in the gentle breeze. A soft murmur of various conversations and footfall as classes are on break for lunch. There's laughter. Mocking laughter. A curled, cruel look on the face of his peer. Just give it up. You're obviously a poser. Thanks to you, we all ended up suffering. So why don't you just call it quits, driftwood? I told you, it was an accident! Rose spat in response, his fist tightening as he practically growled at the 14-year-old in front of him. And I can use magic, he said, answering a previous question. A spiteful little comment. A horrid little snap. Wicked little snickering from the boy's friends. Oh, really? Then where's your keyblade? Raging torrent appeared not long after you first summoned yours. And yet, I can still summon it just fine. I don't remember the last time you summoned... What was it called again? Dying embers? No, candles flicker, right? The kids around the blue-haired boy laughed along with him. Rowan's grip tightened. Its name is Starflare. What was that? Speak up louder, loser. I said it's called Starflare! He threw a punch now toward the bully. Suna had been relentlessly venting his frustrations with Rowan ever since they came back from their off-world trip. The punch flew forward, his fist slamming hard into his chest as he tried to knock him down. Suna, caught off guard by this, backed up the best he could, but his little entourage got in his way, meaning he took a large amount of the blow. His brow furrowed, and he threw his hand backwards summoning his Keyblade, his other hand moving up to cast magic. Raging Torrent was hidden by his peers as more kids looked on and suddenly realized a fight was happening. Defensively, Rowan summoned Starlight. His anger and surprise at the idea that Suna would stoop as low as to attack him with magic scaring him and causing him to respond as quickly as possible. Today, however, Starlight summoned with a burst of fire, sputtering forward, causing the other kids to gasp and scatter. Suna had enough time to despawn his blade and cover his face, but his skin was still licked by those flames, and he was scarred as a result of the tussle. Master Leviathan! Master Leviathan! Rowan started a fight with Suna! The kids cried, alerting the nearby master to their fight. Rowan looked over and despawned Starlight, but it was too late. Suna cries out and holds his wounds, nursing them as the other kids come to his side and aid him. Take him to the healers at once! Rowan, my office, now! The scene shifted. The shame, the anger, the frustration, the anguish, all swelling up inside him as he was now sat in front of the High Master of Water. Gonna take another sippy. It is a miracle. It is a miracle that you did not do any further damage to Suna in that fight. You are never to raise your Keyblade or magic against a fellow wielder of this academy. But do not interrupt me, boy. You are lucky you got away with mere punishment and house arrest after what you did off-world. Do not push your luck. The words echoed around his head. They haunted him. The same pain gripping his chest, the injustice, the indignity, the fury of it all. He blinked, focusing in on the chain. Yes. You feel it. I feel it. They are unkind. They do not assess both sides. They presume and pass blame. Focus, Rowan. Take a deep breath. You are safe. That voice, that soft, gentle voice, that warmth. He was still underwater. The memory faded now as he looked onto the chain. Against all his reflexes, he did as she asked and took a deep breath. Bubbles and water filled his lungs. It felt so wrong, but then that warmth, that fire, it did the same thing again. It evaporated the water, set his veins on fire. It wasn't painful, it was powerful, warming, healing. He could feel it strengthening him, and as he focused in on where the link, where the pain was centered, he cast a flaming shot from Starflare that burnt its way through the water, leaving a shocking trail of bubbles, literally boiling it on impact. And the chain snapped. He stared at it and knew what he had to do. It was like time sped up again, and the pain and shock of drowning from before came back to him. Fight, Rowan, she said, so softly. He focused his energy now, through his body, gripping Starflare confidently, He looked up to the surface. There was a rumbling through him. That fire sparking and flaring again. The water around him started to bubble, slowly at first. Then the bubbles came faster and faster, rushing around him. Starflare felt like it was glowing. And then he felt like he knew exactly the right timing to pull off what he wanted to do. He let his breath go, bubbles racing from his mouth as the fire mixed in with the last reserves of precious oxygen. And then, in a flash, Starflare form changed and connected to his legs. A burst of fire suddenly shot from both his feet now, as his breath continued rushing out his mouth. The fire from his feet burned strong. The chains snagged and rattled, trying to keep him in the murky depths, but he put all his strength into this shot. It was all or nothing. He held on. Teeth gritted, fists clenched, anger and determination furrowing his brow. Snap. One, then another, and then another. The chains snapped, and he shot toward the surface, the broken links whipping around from his legs and arms, but no longer keeping him down. As he shot toward and through the water toward the surface, he felt strange, like reality around him was shifting. He knew that there should be some strange pressure feeling, some rushing water, some light, something. But as he flew through the water, it was more like the water around him tilted upside down. Now he found himself above the surface, standing on the underside of the water's crest. He could just about see the raging storm beneath him now, the cloudy sky with the light of a glowing moon hidden away under his feet. There was a warmth behind him. He didn't feel like he was enclosed in darkness or submerged in those watery depths. It felt like he was just in a clearing, a space. He stepped around, something sizzling at his feet now as Starflare returned to his hand as a keyblade once more. Each step causing the water on the strange floor to sizzle and boil. He turned to face the warmth, and he saw her.
Dude, what the fuck?
Oh.
The voice. The brightness. It was like he was stood in front of a burning sun. Two eyes stared at him, glowing white hot. He knew logically he should be scared, terrified. This was a monster. But he wasn't. He looked upon her as she smiled as she looked upon him. The scene was silent. It looked like she was about to speak, her mouth moving impossibly slowly, and the voice coming from all around. "You did it, my Stardust," she said, the voice not matching the slow movements of the mouth. He stared, and he reached out his hand toward her. He had no idea, but to anyone observing his dream, she did not sound kind. She did not sound soft. Her voice did not sound comprehensive, or even speaking with any language known by man. She sounded intense, monstrous, but to him, she was so warm. Rowan was caught by her light, practically mesmerized as he stared up at her, his hand inching closer to the flame. There was a sound of a bird echoing in the distance. It felt like he needed more time, but he could only move at a weighted pace. The bird song echoing around the chamber where they stood. He blinked slowly, the light changing now. His hand gently gripped onto something soft. Soft and warm. The bird's song lulling him awake, coming more into focus. There was a strange taste of fabric and drool in his mouth as he bit down and looked around at where he was. Oh, he mumbled, seeing Cooper's face resting just slightly above his. It took him a moment longer to realize that the strange fabric in his mouth was Cooper's scarf. Another weird dream. And that's it for Rowan's part.
Hey, dupe, what the fuck? That's not allowed.
There's not two dupes. There's just one. There you go. Holy shit, dude.
I've been sitting on that.
You're not allowed to make dark pacts with giant enemies.
Holy shit, dude.
This isn't even the other trauma I know Rowan has. What the hell?
Fucking incredible. And you know, we're creeping up on an ad break, so why don't we take that now? But yeah, Ben, would you like to show us what Cooper might be dreaming about?
I suppose.
So, Cooper wakes up lying face down on his station of awakening. Just like completely lying flat on the damn floor. It takes him a second to kind of understand where he is. But having been here just like, what, 2 nights ago at most?
Seems like weeks.
Was it last night even? I don't remember. A lot has happened in a strangely short amount of time.
Yeah.
But gets his bearings, remembers where he is. And as he stands up, Mog is already there, kind of floating in front of him. With his little bag and his little cape.
Oh.
You've grown a lot recently, Cooper. And you've shown tremendous bravery and skill these last few days. Ahead of you lies an even larger task, though. One that will require you to rely on your friends just as they will rely on you. To help you, though, I have a secret to share. That pendant you wear isn't just some pretty crystal. It's also a keychain you can attach to your keyblade.
So then Cooper kind of, through his scarf, like, touches, like, his sternum where this pendant has been the whole time.
With it, your spellcasting and martial abilities will be enhanced, drawing on the experience and memories of the wielders that have carried that stone before you.
So then with that, Cooper's gonna reach behind him and unfasten the chain that the pendant's on. And he kind of just looks at it for a second. It's a red, tear-shaped kind of pear-shaped gemstone, maybe a ruby or a cinnabar or something, with a flat top and like a faceted thing going on the edges, how gems do. And kind of the inside shines with a lot more reflected light than you would expect, given especially the current lighting scenario, what in Dream Station world.
Mm-hmm.
So then he summons his Keyblade and kind of spins it around to have the end of it near him, and will affix this gem onto it as the keychain. And once that has happened, the kind of bell-shaped flower that's at the pommel, at the base of the Keyblade, starts to swell, and the edges kind of curl open just a little bit more. Out of the base of that flower, vines start growing and curl up around the hilt, forming a guard. The entire length of the Keyblade, which was previously kind of these frilled, wavy, kind of leaf shapes, all begin to twist and straighten out, kind of elongating the Keyblade, and start to resemble more like a braided, twisted vine. And then at the... oh, I skipped a detail. So then at the top of the hilt, as the vines are doing their thing there, a series of small red flowers with kind of long petals begin to bloom, and out of them, their long stamens kind of spread out. And then at the far end of the Keyblade, all the way at the tip, there's like a single large flower bud that hasn't bloomed, but as like the rest of the Keyblade kind of finishes up forming itself, just one side of this bud starts to loosen and open, but not quite like it's blooming. It almost looks more like it's withered and kind of shriveled and gets a little bit dark at the tips.
And that's the teeth of the Keyblade.
Cooper's just kind of taking it all in, staring at it.
Does it have a name? Does this form of the Keyblade have a name, Mog? Rowan's talked about his Keyblades having names, and I just kind of thought that was something he made up for his battle cries. But then Xweets said that her Keyblade had a name too. Does this one have a name?
And Mog kind of thinks about it for a second, kind of not sure how to immediately answer the question.
It does.
Side note, I don't know why I made their fucking voices so similar. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I find one of their voices and then have to do the other, and it resets the process.
No.
If it helps, it's been clear to me who's who the whole time so far.
Same.
Big same here.
Thank you. Okay.
It does. This Keyblade's name is the Verdant Antecedent. And, you said that it used to belong to someone else? Who was it? Were they from my home world?
And then Mog kind of takes a few steps closer to Cooper.
She was, yes. She was a very accomplished wielder, quite adept at magic. Cooper, you know, I trust your judgment. You have good intuition. Oh, thanks, Mog. What was her name?
And then Mog kind of turns around, looking away from Cooper at that question.
Are you sure you want to know? This was her keychain, right? I want to know who to thank for it.
And then Mog turns around. And he's got a smile on his face.
Her name was Fiola.
And as soon as Cooper hears that name, a buzzing sound fills his head.
Oh.
And his vision starts to get blurry and then darkens. If it wasn't for the falling sensation, he wouldn't have noticed that the glass of the station below him was shattering and breaking into tiny little pieces. The ringing in his ears starts to become less intense, though, and then starts bleeding into a different sound, a kind of almost like bassier sound, a rumbly one. Kind of sounds like water, maybe? Like a bunch of waterfalls. And then more sounds kind of start to become clear. There's like leaves rustling in the wind. And some insects buzzing. And a voice calling out a name. Oh, it's Splasha. You can turn the picture on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's a voice calling out a name, kind of an older voice. One that the more you listen, the more familiar it sounds. Fiola, wake up, now's not the time. That spell's gonna backfire. And as Fiola kind of snaps back into consciousness. Out in front of her, she's holding her own keyblade with some crackling electricity kind of building up at the tip of it, and a target 30 feet in front of her. And as she kind of snaps back to it, hearing the words of her master, she releases the spell, and it shoots off into a huge thunder burst, destroying the target. And then we fade to black once more. Oh, Reb, good point. Actually, this is not mine. This was from a pit crew. I was a little pressed for time. And yep, so Cooper kind of wakes up a bit with a start at the sound of a big thunder crack and kind of starts looking around, assuming a storm has approached, but listening outside, no rain, no wind. Was all just a dream.
Was all just a dream.
Holy shit!
While the boys are sleeping and having their strange dreams, a bolt of lightning strikes in the forest surrounding Animal Village. There's no rain to follow it. There's no clouds from where the bolt could have come from. And briefly, Cooper wakes up, but doesn't hear any rain. Thinks to himself, must have been part of my dream, and goes back to sleep. It takes some time before anything else happens. The night just goes on in its normal nocturnal silence when a shadow creeps along the edge of the forest, keeping to the darkness until it's as close to the barn as it can get. And then it moves as quick as it can from the dark coverage of the forest to the more sparse shadows of the village. And unseen by anyone or anything, it gets closer to the barn. It stops for a moment and regards the situation. Hugs the wall, peers behind it to where the door to the barn is. Sees just briefly a red glow in the dark, and then a puff of smoke from a surprisingly long distance from where the spark was. The shadow makes a silent curse. Whoever this is going to complicate things. But it creeps along, turns the corner, stays in the shadow, gets
Unaware
close.
that it's being watched.
Mm-hmm. Gets closer, believes itself to still be out of sight of whoever is smoking in front of the door. Perhaps this is the shadow's chance to sneak in. And then as she gets a little closer, the light from a window in a building on the other side gets turned on, and without warning, the two nobodies see each other perfectly. Xweets. In front of you, the thing that has been creeping up on you is Miss Q.
Of fucking course it is. What are you doing here?
She looks completely stunned.
What, do you think I wouldn't hear your little lightning bolt?
Is that really you?
Unfortunately, Xweets takes a step toward her. I'm going to ask you again, what are you doing here? Because based on that question, it doesn't sound like you're here for me.
I thought you were... I thought... And she just crumbles to her knees and sobs. What? But I thought it's not really you. Xweets, I've missed you so much. I thought you died.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I'm so glad to see you're safe. I thought they killed you.
Is this some kind of joke?
No! I thought you got... I thought the mist got you. I saw you! Transformed? Was that some kind of joke?
Oh man, I guess you're more out of touch than I thought you were. Yeah, a little bit's changed.
What do you mean?
Look, I'm flattered. I'm flattered that someone is moved to a display of emotion to find out that I still exist. Truly. But given the circumstances under which we met last time, and the fact that, like I said, I can tell you're not here for me, what are you doing here? You coming here to play Keyblade Collector again?
Did come here for you. I thought those.
Oh my god, you really think I'm that stupid? I saw the look on your face, bitch. You look like you'd seen a ghost, and no one sees a ghost where they're expecting a live person.
Matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just glad to see you're alive.
Stop it. I don't know what kind of strings you're trying to pull here.
None.
But rest assured,
None
I cut 'em off.
strings. She dries her eyes, and for a moment her black fringe covering her eyes gets pushed aside. And she looks at you with teary blue eyes, and then drops the fringe back again. Yeah, I know. You can think what you want. I'm glad I got to see you, Sue. And then she gets up and turns around.
No. What the fuck did you just call me?
She just shakes her head, keeps walking away.
No, you don't get to start calling me names and just walk the fuck away. What does that mean?
She stops. Her one hand clenches. And then she whips around. You don't get to talk like that to me. You don't. You don't even remember.
And you're holding that against me? Wow.
You would too. I can't
The fuck is that supposed
tell
to mean?
you who to be, sweet. But I miss who you were. And I'm sorry if you're in there still. I'm sorry about everything. I just want us back.
Sweets is like, sort of pop catting, just like opening her mouth and closing it, like. But she closes the distance. Look, what are you doing here? Why are you here?
He came because I thought that the two Keyblade idiots had pushed you somehow into the mist. And after they'd killed Clover, I lost my cool entirely. So I came here to avenge you. But that's not going to be necessary, I guess. So I'm just gonna go before you say more Sweets things and make me mad, okay? This never happened, okay?
Bitch, I was just about to apologize to you. What the fuck is your problem?
This is what I mean. I don't know what I'm about. I don't get you.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
I can't stand seeing her mouth and hearing her voice say these things to me.
Well, I'm not gonna be her, all right? Forgive me for being me instead. I'm sorry that wasn't enough for you.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
What do you want from me?
I don't know.
You want me to fucking put on a transatlantic accent and fucking grease my hair up?
I don't know. I know I can't ask anything of you. I know that's not fair. I mean, this talk wasn't even supposed to happen. How would I ever brought this up with you? How? Because this would have happened anyway. And I've tried. Sweets. I've tried.
Yeah, well, if you're looking for something to try, I might cut back a bit on the reminiscing about the person who used to have this body, along with the active resentment of the person that currently does. That might be nice.
Yeah. That would be nice. Look, you don't want me here. And I'll just go, okay? You know why I came. You know why I'm leaving. I didn't come to say these things to you. Okay?
Sweets is definitely sort of processing everything that's been said as she says, you know why I'm here. You know, the entirety of, I thought you were dead because of them, and I missed you and was going to kill the people I thought killed you. And Sweets is like, you know, putting that together now.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know. I think probably while Q is still talking, she just sort of blurts out, "Look, I'm sorry about Clover, okay?"
No. Don't tell me. Sweets, that wasn't you, right?
Look, I'm not going to pretend that I knew Clover. But based on what little bit I saw of her, she really didn't seem like the type of person worth being angry over. If you ask me, she seemed like kind of a glib piece of shit.
And she laughs.
And look, I know that I don't know why the Keyblades came attached to idiots. I don't know.
She laughs again.
But
Ooh.
it was clear to me when she left that she was going to come back with reinforcements, that she was going to start taking shit by force.
Yeah.
And
No, I get it. And honestly, I never really liked her.
Xweets is a bit surprised.
It's easier to get angry over the death of a colleague when Keyblade idiots are the culprits. I keep swinging between hating you and not being able to do anything but forgive you. Look, I don't know how this is gonna end, but the rest of the Uncaring, they're gonna be coming soon. You might want to skip town. And I'll be glad to divert them for you. But they only listen to me so much, you know?
What are you getting out of this?
Nothing.
You know that they're no good.
From them?
Yes, from them.
Sweets, you don't even... I mean, of course you don't even remember that.
Well, if I can't remember, then fucking help me! Don't... She takes a second and calms down. You can't hold it against me for shit that I don't know. If you know something I don't, tell me.
I am fucking trying, okay? But there's a lot of pain, and every time you shout at me, it twists the knife in my heart. So just let me breathe, alright? I'm not trying to keep things from you. I'm trying to overcome every single instinct in my incoherent, non-existent body to just up and leave, okay? I want to give you the chance you deserve. So please just stop shouting. It just makes it harder. People like us are so much more in danger of the mist than people with their act together. They'll turn into monsters, sure. That might be reversible. There's still a body. There's still a heart. You killed Clover in the spire. The only reason we know she's dead is because of the obvious signs of struggle, the Keyblade magic that locked our door, and the absolute lack of a body. You saw what happened, didn't you, Sweets? You saw her get dispersed. I am so afraid of that. And besides, What other purpose could I have in this world? Look at you. Look at you. You
Sweet
woke
candy
up.
crown.
She keeps going as if she hasn't noticed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like maybe she's playing it off cool. Maybe she legit is so angry now that she didn't notice. You woke up with no memories in a new body and decided, you know what my purpose in life is going to be? My purpose in life is going to be misery. I'm going to go live on the outskirts of some ramshackle village and be angry at everything and everyone and eat sugar until I fucking die. And I've been there. Sweets, that's what hurts the most. I've been through my years of purposeless wandering. I thought I had a purpose when I tried to piece together the what the hell I am, what the hell the Heartless are, what the things from the mist are. And I didn't get all the answers, but I know what I am. And I know what she is. And she points to your neck. And that's just not enough. That's just more questions. And while the questions pile up, the mist is spreading. And at some point, it's going to cover everything. And I don't want...
it's not.
How do you know that?
She sort of petulantly sort of just waves candy crown in her face. Look.
You're a child. Tickling yourself with a razor. Is that your... Yeah. Sweets. I'm desperately aware.
You cannot in one breath say, I've been there, I've had my time of aimless wandering, while at the same time giving me zero grace to experience my own. You know why I went off into my cute little themed house? Because I woke up with no memories, not knowing who I was, but everybody else seemed to have a great idea of what I needed to be doing. And you know what I needed? I needed some fucking quiet from all the voices telling me where to go, what to do, who to be, to decide what my voice was telling me to do. And you know what? It found something. So maybe be fucking happy for me.
Her jaw goes slag. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry.
Sweets, unsure how to handle being apologized to, immediately transitions to facts.
Mm-hmm.
So we met Will at the library. I don't know if you ever crossed paths with them. Actually, now that I say that, I feel like they mentioned you.
Oh, yeah.
I should have followed up on that, but she sort of, just a little facial, just sort of implying, they're dead.
Yeah. She nods and says, yeah. I mean, if you're waving that thing around, there's only one way that you're still here after meeting Will. So they're dead? Well, did you learn anything?
I feel less concrete on what dead means after experiencing some things in the last few days. But yeah. I don't think they're coming back.
That's good news. That's very good news. Okay.
they vomited a lot of shit
Yeah.
all at once.
Yeah.
And like,
They do that. Mm-hmm. Did, I suppose.
not anymore. The fucking look. I don't know. It feels weird to tell you this, but I've told you all my ideas. Listening to that psycho talk. Oh, this is gonna sound dumb. I don't even know how to fucking do this. Would you think I was crazy if I said I wanted to cut the heart out of the world?
I mean, it's drastic, but that could work.
Look, you may be... Actually, now that I think about it, you might be the only person to really understand this in the right way.
Yeah.
You and I both know hearts grow back.
Oh, yes. Frustratingly so, might I add. This was a lot easier back before.
Yeah.
That came
sure
back.
was.
Why is things so
God,
complicated with hearts? Like, can we just...
That's what I'm saying, man. Now I like...
Yeah.
The whole sense of purpose thing is, and this, I don't, if you tell anybody I said this, I'll fucking deny it. This whole sense of purpose thing is like, it feels like just as much of a burden as it does a freedom. Like,
yeah.
Life was easier when I could just tend my garden and not give a shit what happened to anybody else. Like, actually not give a shit what happened to anybody else.
Yeah. I miss our garden. My previous garden, I suppose. You used to tend one.
Look, it was gonna get going again any day, and then these idiots crashed their stupid spaceship into it.
Oh no. The garden?
Yeah, well, I guess technically they hit the house, and the rubble sort of included the... Yeah, no,
Ooh.
it's a fresh wound. It's been... She looks at her wrist. It's been fucking 4 days.
Oh. Why do you hang out with them? I mean, is it that sense of purpose thing?
I fucking hate this, but I kind of... I don't know if trust is the right word. Because I don't trust them not to fuck everything up. But I guess what I'm learning is I can... I don't know, trust them to be aimed in the right direction. I don't know, to be perfectly honest, I can't tell if this is a partnership or if I'm sort of babysitting Keyblades to the end of to the mouth of Mount Doom or whatever, but
yeah.
Look,
I get it. I mean, that's...
I'm only gonna say this once, and I'm saying it now because I'm here and I can. I don't mean this flippantly. I mean this in a way that honors all of you and your humanity. I'm sorry that I'm not her. All right. It sucks to see the way it affects you because I'm the one that I am, but I get it to some degree.
Thanks.
Anyway, what were you gonna say?
I'm sorry too that I have such a hard time seeing you as the one you are now. It's not fair to you. But I think I've been pushing it away for so long that I just... If you give me a chance, I could grow. Anyway.
I mean, if a lost cause piece of shit like me can do it, I feel like so can you. Anyway. I
mean, right though, hanging out with some losers who are trying to do whatever with keyblades. Look, I get it. I mean, at this point, I'm starting to wish that I didn't hang out with them, but they're like... I mean, I'm not blind to the way they do things. They're not nice. I don't enjoy their company, but they're...
Just don't go back.
They'll come for me.
Yeah, they came for me. See where I got them? And if that's what happens when they came for me, imagine what happened if they came for us.
How are you gonna explain that to your keybladers?
If they don't get it, that's on them.
I'm not gonna take that chance. Look,
Wish you would.
I'll divert them however I can, but... And I mean, I sure hope you have a plan for your plan, other than go in there and take the heart out. How? Look, I'm not questioning that you might be capable. I'm just hedging my bets by also going with their plan. Does that makes... I'd need time to think. This has been a lot.
Just don't go back.
Maybe I won't. I'll... Look, if you decide... If you convince the Keybladers not to strike me down as soon as they see me...
Oh, that is...
Yeah.
Fuck, you put him in a cage. You put him in a fucking cage.
I know, okay, I know. It looks really bad. I know. Yeah.
I mean...
No, I know. Don't bring it up, please. I know.
Mr. Playing Hero, and you did that just... You couldn't have done a better job of playing villain.
Yeah, I know. It's really bad. Look.
I'm just a little guy and it's my birthday. You wouldn't hit a little guy on their birthday.
Sorry.
Look, I bring them to kick my ass for all I care. I'll need time to think. But if you want to give me another chance, I'll be at our garden. You don't know where that is.
Wait, what?
Do you remember the garden? Our garden.
I think the gears are visibly turning, like Hugh looking at her could see Xweets going from, but the garden at my house. But that's clearly, you're talking like it's something else. I
think, I mean, just kind of above the table, because I don't think we discussed this bit before. This could be a place that Xweets would remember. Like, this could be a place that Q has shown Xweets. But that, in the end, is up to you, Cat.
Progress wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's up?
Nix brings up a great point, or you could dice about it. You could deep dive about it.
Or push through stress about it.
But again, I'll leave that up to you if that's like something that you know Sweets would remember, or if it's something Sweets maybe remembers, and then we roll about it.
I think it's. I want to roll about it just because deep dive seems like a good thing to do now that it's been brought to me, like just to do it generally.
Mm-hmm.
But I think occupying the time in which they would have shared this space, I think Sweets could be reminded.
Yeah. Yeah, and like Q is seeing, you know, you're pulling the face of somebody trying to remember something. She goes, it's the, you know, we had that place in the forest across the river where,
Oh my.
with the flowers and the little, the little shitty hut I built. Oh God, that sucked. Do you remember the hut? Because I remember the hut. It sucked.
I do now.
Right?
I
mean, I've never built a thing in my life except for that, and
I could
whew.
kind of use a shitty little hut right about now. I'm sort of, I mean, sleeping in a barn, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this, I mean, it's got more space. That's nice.
Is it still there?
I don't know. I haven't been back there for a while. I'd hope so.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it's still free of the mist.
Yeah, I look, for right now, I might keep it a bit under wraps here until I know how to broach it with them.
Yeah.
You made a strong impression. And I haven't exactly been vouching for you up to this point.
Well,
so
understandable.
It's gonna take. Yeah. Look,
I'm glad you're giving me this chance. Whichever way it shakes out, I won't hold it against you.
Sweets looks her sort of like eyes to fringe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think actually, you know what? for a moment, like to actually get like an eye contact, because they're like within physical contact distance at this point, right?
Yeah.
Sweets is going to brush her bangs behind her ear and then push Q's fringe aside, and I think like it's Q would see on her face that Sweets is frightened acutely in this moment in a very emotionally vulnerable way. And she says, Look, I'm happy for you to get to know me, but I need you to know that I'm not going to be her. I'm going to be me.
Her eyes tear up again. Yeah. All right. She takes a step back, kind of shrugs her
Yeah.
shoulders, like, shrugging the whole moment of her. Okay,
Yeah,
listen,
yep.
this has been a lot, and I came here ready to kill 2 young men, so, like, I'm gonna go somewhere and get all this energy out. And then I'll be at our garden, okay? Maybe stay there for a while if the hut's still there. Maybe
Yeah.
fix it up.
I mean, good luck.
Thanks. See you later.
Yeah.
And then she
Yeah.
turns and walks around the corner of the barn. And then there's another lightning strike and a thunderclap as she uses her magic to teleport away.
Someone needs to tell her about Dark Portal.
Xweets with the advantage. Wow. And with the thunderous sound of Sapphic Troubles, we're headed into another ad break.
After Q leaves, I imagine Sweets needs to walk it off. Probably nothing overly dramatic. Just some spirited walking, maybe in a big circle. I mean, probably crying a little bit, but this the tear tank is kind of low after the day she's had. But yeah, I think she comes back and does she doesn't go back into the barn because the barn's, I don't know, is ironically enough in this case is the barn's for the people. That's not for me. But she does
Aw.
sort of make a lap around, checking that everybody is situated and unfucked with.
Mm-hmm. Which they are.
Rowan and Cooper and 2. And
Yeah.
so is Mog still just staring at Rowan?
No, that probably didn't really happen, but would have been funny.
I
I don't actually remember if Chad heard that or not.
I don't remember either. Maybe they did. I think they did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, Moogles often, not always, but especially the Kingdom Hearts Moogles, always have, closed eyes.
Mhm.
So maybe you'd never tell. you'd never know. You'd never know.
A Moogle's asleep because their eyes are wide open.
Oh, God!
Yeah. No, I imagine Mog is near enough to wherever Cooper and Rowan are.
Mm-hmm. Has dodged Rowan's mouth.
Yes.
Mog was on the scarf, but as Rowan moved in, he moved away. I'm not gonna get
on
my
Cooper's head.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna get my damn palm sucked again. Oh.
It's like palm away from Rowan.
Oh. I don't like the way that sounded. Oh.
Chewed. You can use chew.
What's the word here?
Yeah. Boy, if that doesn't just chew my palm, Cooper.
Who are you trying to get their palm sucked?
God.
So after the little anxious security rounds, I think she just sort of stretches up tall enough to sort of grab some roof
Yeah.
and sort of army nap positions it on the edge of the roof facing away from town.
Hmm.
And as the Z's start, tumbling off the edge of the roof.
Yeah.
Um,
Cooper is like briefly awoken by the sound and it's just, oh, so there's rain.
Exactly.
Xweets also wakes up in her station. And like after, a moment of just sort of, blinking into coherence of okay. I think she's going to walk straight to the stairs. And goes up to you described that broken doorway at the entrance to the first platform.
Yeah.
I think she comes to the door frame. She summons Candy Crown, and then under her breath mutters, fucking somebody's got to fix this place up. And I think Candy Crown form changes into a power drill, and then it's the next morning.
Yeah!
Holy shit.
That's so lesbian of her!
Should have let me build that cottage.
And, yeah. The sun rises. Y'all wake up. And it is a brand new day.
Why the fuck didn't I think about the fact the sun would be out here? Why am I on the roof? Oh, God. I think Xweets is like audibly sizzling with like visible sort of like heat lines, like a bacon.
Yeah, it's like one of those like black tar type roofs that just immediately melt in the sun.
I was going to say a metal roof, like a griddle, but
oh god,
either
yes, yeah.
Oh god,
yeah. It's the fucking sheet metal, so she gets grill marks.
That's really fucking funny.
I think she summons Candy Crown and form changes it into a big spatula and sort of peels herself off the roof like a flapjack.
Yes.
Ugh. God, it's like you know how it feels when you're in a car with like leather seats and it's really hot and you sort of have to peel yourself off.
Yeah.
It feels like that, but like times 1,000.
Oh god.
I think for once, Ro is actually going to be waking up either slightly after Cooper or like around about the same time. Usually he's the first to wake up. But I think after
He's
that
up with
dream...
the sun!
Yes, he does!
Ha! Ha! Ha!
The sun, you say? Anyway. Yeah.
He's gonna be like...
As I say, when Cooper gets up, I imagine Rowan is mostly preventing him from getting up.
Cooper goes to pull... I'm picturing Cooper going to pull his scarf out of Rowan's mouth, but then, like, there's another scarf tied to it, and he just keeps pulling more colorful scarves out of Rowan's mouth.
Oh no! The twinification! No!
Oh god!
It's been a misnomer. It's clownification. No!
Fuck!
It's getting Philly!
We can't turn them into clowns.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Into a clown. I mean, I'm looking at him as
Look, we'll go to Clown
clowns
World
and
at some point.
vampires are convergent evolutions. Gee,
Yes. Gee, I'm with you 100%. I know exactly why you say that. Worthy Kids has some fun lore in his videos. Y'all should check out Worthy Kids. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. I think depending on Rowan's awakeness state, I might even untie the scarf.
Leave it in him mouth.
and he
Yeah.
chokes on it like Sora with a trophy.
Yeah, that was my next thought. Is like, oh, is he just gonna swallow it though? Do I still need to hold on to it? Now that it's loose, will it just keep going?
He does thankfully wake up pretty soon after that. It's just like, what?
You see, I don't know what's scarier, RE clownification, the 40 scarves pulling out of Rowan's throat, or Rowan not realizing he's eaten the scarf and then the next day finds himself pooping a colorful scarf. What is happening?
How dare! That's really silly.
At least I don't need to wipe.
We gotta get you out of here, bud. This place has changed you.
You need medical attention.
Right. Anyway, yeah. Y'all
I apologize for the imagery.
never. Yeah. Rowan gets up a little after. Like as Rowan gets up, y'all can hear like the sound of metal being dragged around and like a bit of clanging and a bit of like sounds of like just I just need this over, but it's so heavy. And then clink, 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 as 2 is starting to work on something. Like they accidentally knock over like a normal sized toolbox that just spills out on the floor, and it's so loud.
Oh, no.
They just go, sorry. I hope you were up.
Just got up. Actually, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just knocked over a toolbox.
Do you want a hand?
That would be nice.
Yeah, sure.
You can wake up first, though. It's no hurry.
Or A.
I need you
had
to
to
know
stop
how much effort
myself,
it took
so-
for you to swallow
yeah.
that.
Same.
Oh, good. And then they add, actually, if you'd like some coffee, I've got some freshly brewed this morning, which means 5 minutes ago. There should be enough for all of you. Where's Xweets?
That's a
Somebody
good
say
question.
coffee.
Hi,
Where's-
Xweets. Yep,
oh,
there's coffee over
she
there.
is.
And he points to a coffee machine that's like in the corner of his workshop area. And it's a normal size. Like the idea, however he manages to, it's like a full carafe of freshly brewed like pour over coffee that he somehow managed to do.
Fresh pots.
Some kind of elaborate.
I'm picturing him like
Yeah, there's so many strings and counterweights and marbles everywhere connected to this thing.
Yup.
he looks straight at the camera before he says, "Eat shit, Wallace and Gromit," and then he makes the coffee.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh.
Gromit did nothing wrong. Wallace can get bent.
Correct.
He saw that.
Burnt
Sweets,
sugar.
Sweets, why do you smell like caramel?
It's my it's the conditioner I use.
Have you got lines on your back?
What? Oh, yeah, I got a little grilled. It's fine.
What?
Look, it could happen to you. Sometimes you fall asleep on the roof and you wake up a little baconed. It goes away.
I guess it's.
You're
good we
looking at
actually
me as though
are on
I've
the
said
roof.
something insane.
At
I mean,
this point,
Sorry, fam, what was that?
Oh, and it's a good thing we didn't fall asleep on the roof.
Yeah.
yeah, good point. At this point, I don't know
That
why
wouldn't
I'm
have been
still
really cool
surprised.
at all.
Hey,
Sorry. Because I saw it. It was like a red reticle lit up around it, and I clicked. I'm sorry. I had a weird night. I mean, I had weird dreams.
yeah, I think I did too.
Is that normal for here? Dreams?
Like having them?
Like at a kind of a
Have they
increase.
not invented dreams where you're from?
No, of
No,
course we
they're-
have dreams.
I don't know. I don't know what the cultural differences are.
No, that's fair. No, just that I've had a lot of really vivid ones the last couple nights, and it's from is it from being here? I don't know.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I don't know that it's here because I don't know. I've been having a bunch of the fucking stained glass ones ever since you fuckos have been here. So I don't know. Maybe it's a Keyblades thing. I've not been around many other Keyblades that aren't mine, so.
That was a crazy fucking thing to say, huh?
Sweets looks at you. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, nothing. I'm sorry. I felt I had to comment on it. I'll save it for the debrief. Carry on.
Oh my god.
Sweets unstretches back down into the environment with a descending slide whistle sound. I had to talk to somebody. Don't look at me like that.
I think between the mention of dreams and Keyblades, Cooper's gonna. Did I end up taking my scarf off? I think I might have.
That it's up to you, I guess.
Oh, Koopo, you look sick. Are you okay?
Bro has given it back.
It's so wet.
So we're holding on to it. It's in a pocket, maybe.
Oh, Koopo,
But
that
we'll
thing is
just
very
kind of-
wet. What happened? You know what? I don't want to know.
But just like mentioning Keyblades and stuff just kind of starts grabbing at like the chain, and the pendant's not on it right now.
Where's the
wait a
pendant?
minute. Wait a minute. If Rowan had the scarf, then isn't Cooper's pendant, if he's wearing it, just in full view right now?
The chain is.
The chain is.
I'm sitting here as Kat wonders, do I want to make Sweets press this?
I think she should.
Wait, Koopo, have you? I've never seen your neck before. That's weird. I just kind of, I don't. Wait, you're wearing a necklace underneath the bow and drool buffer the whole time?
Hey.
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't have seen it before, huh?
Has Ro ever seen it before?
Unsure.
So you're
My
a
neck,
necklace
yes.
guy, huh? I haven't...
My neck? Yeah.
The pendant.
But whether the pendant was ever like worn out or was kind of like always like bottom layer inside of a shirt, unclear.
Mm-hmm.
You probably noticed he's worn something even if you've never gotten a unobstructed look at it.
Mm. In fairness, I think he's a little bit too out of it to even be that perceptive right now.
Sweets is currently just stuck on recalibrating Cooper as necklace guy.
Not just necklace guy, just the chain.
Just a chain. The scarf stays on during.
Kami, I wanted to say that out loud. Thank you for putting it in chat. Everybody clap for Kami. That was very good. You're so brave. I'm surprised all those claps came through. Discord usually eats those.
That was a really satisfying little applause, actually.
Yeah. Anyway.
I can't remember if it was in an episode or if it was just in non-canon as character fuckabouts, but I know at some point Sweets has said he's more scarf than man, but I can't remember if that's canon or not.
It can be. She could have thought it for sure.
I think
Oh, she definitely thought
it. You said it as an out of... It was in response to Rose saying, I didn't know if you'd be into me or into guys.
Oh, yeah. You didn't think he was into guys? Look at him. He's more scarf than man.
Oh god, and that's a good point. I forgot too that like in some depictions like this, other than like just the scarf being cartoonishly big, like it also has like a capelet with it.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's a blanket.
That's right. It's everyone else that draws him with the giant scarf. Fen, have you ever, or is that just something other people have done because it's cemented in my mind?
This Fugi is the only drawing I've made of him.
Oh my god.
Teehee, oopsie, it was me that started that.
But I like it.
Hell yeah.
It's like that scary movie gag where instead of a hat, it's just Cooper's scarf is one size class bigger every time the camera comes back to
Yes.
Yeah, every cutaway.
Yep. It's never acknowledged, but it does eventually start to muffle his voice. That's right, because Mog is relaying all the information to Sweets.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're looking at now just... Well, if he's more scarf than man, well, what is this man? Scarfus!
Scarf of Theseus? That's not quite it.
You hear...
That's something though.
From over in the corner, you hear like the plink of... like a fucking marble knocking into some dominoes, and you see like a complex little machine of pulleys and levers and shit that two has started, that eventually like knocks down a bunch of shit and eventually just makes a little cup pull up out like a bucket from a well out of the coffee pot and down to him, and he grabs it and has a little sippy. You just,
I think the whole...
you just help yourself because you're gonna need more than me.
I think Ro is...
Yeah, you know what? You two get yours first.
You know, I hadn't really
Rose.
considered the fact that I'm made out of fabric and not... I don't have a body. I shouldn't be drinking coffee, but here we are.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, if you eat food. Rowan's a really good cook, but I don't know if you need it.
I don't believe so, but I think the person playing me doesn't really know, so let's just go with it.
Yeah, that's fine. That sounds good.
The frog thing and the mushroom thing, they're all fallible. All of them. They're all fallible.
And yeah, he points to a stack of some cups. Like, you just help yourself.
Hey, Rowan. Hey,
Yeah,
do you have any milk?
I can check my inventory.
Okay, yeah.
Then
Hey,
why?
Hey, Sweets.
Give Kat a second to brace for what she knows is coming. Yeah, Kupo.
Shit, I can't do it.
Do you have like a sugar cube on you? Or
You know, you might not believe this, but I just might.
Incredible!
She, reaches into her pocket and doesn't pull out the whole bag of sugar cubes because that would reveal that there's a whole bag of sugar cubes in there. But she does pull a couple sort of just loose out of her pocket.
Ro does hand over one of those little creamers.
Yeah. That's
Like
that's such a normal, actually a thing you would have in an inventory version of milk. Thank you.
Exactly. Exactly.
She puts 2 cubes in Cooper's palm and then crunches down the third one herself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my little drink together.
Yeah. Why did you say it like that, man?
Like what? What did I even say?
You got so close to the mic. You knew what you were doing.
It was off to the side. I didn't want to bug everyone.
It was not
just,
off to the side. It was
a little secret for Rowan.
Rowan.
It was a little Cooper didn't want to admit he can't drink the black coffee.
Do you have any milk?
That's not how it was.
That's how it felt.
That's not what happened.
He knew to ask Rowan because the cream always rises to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, because Rowan Tops got it.
I thought you just had a refrigerator with you.
Yeah, clearly.
I mean, I've already made one really cool joke this morning. I gotta spread that out. I'm sorry. Come back to me. Come back to me.
Yeah. You
was not actually going to go for a coffee. He just kind of started clearing up the tools.
Oh, thank you.
Once Cooper makes his coffee, then Sweets does just sort of unhinge her jaw and just dump the contents of the carafe in. There we go.
Oh.
Do you want me to like put another pot on, or I don't know how much coffee you usually drink.
No, I just do it once in the mornings. That's fine.
All right.
How'd you not burn yourself?
Oh, I did.
Oh!
Oh no!
Wait, you've been burning yourself every time?
That's how I know I'm alive, Bowen. Oh, what? Like you've
It's-
never held a fork under the sink in boiling hot water and then pressed it against your skin to see how long you could take it?
No.
What? You, Mr. Cute Fire Story that I definitely didn't hear.
What?
Like, I don't think this is something to get into this early in the morning. I've got to work on my gadgets.
You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
And yeah, unless you have specific things you want to do in the morning, I think perhaps we can do a little time skip about it, and Rowan can have a chance to work on the gummy ship.
Hell yeah. I'm so sorry for this. I am gonna do a very quick BRB because I really need to go to the loo.
Mhm.
So I will be back as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Nico. Yes, Bowen, I push my fingers into my eyes because it's the only thing that slowly stops the egg. If pain goes on, I'm not going to take it.
Yeah.
You. Okay. I don't know that you had to do that.
I mean, it's fun. It makes a little patterns, you know?
Oh,
kind of go.
No, okay, I understand now. Yeah, no, that.
Actually, since Dupe had to pop off to the loo, shall we do a little ad break and a BRB? Because we're gonna get ads in like 30 minutes anyway.
Yeah.
And then we
Ooh.
should be ad free until end of stream.
Yeah, woo.
Well, hello.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well.
Wah,
Yeah.
wah, wee, wah.
All
Wow.
right, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back next week.
Wait, hold on. Does this make it better?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yummers.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking talking
Fuck yeah.
about.
Yeah, baby.
That's
yeah.
the sauce.
Holy
That's
shit.
the shit right there.
Give me that stuff.
God damn.
God damn.
God damn.
Whew. Whew.
Gotta calm down after all that.
Mm-hmm. Better grip and rip it again, just to calm down. Cooper for another top tier grip and rip. Mm-hmm. Here you go. Boop. Yeah, so yeah, unless y'all have like things you want to do here in the morning times, then yeah, I think we time skip a little bit and let Rowan work on the gummy ship.
Yeah, woo. I think it's a combination of him just like on one of those rolling boards just underneath it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And I believe last time you rolled a convince NPC to convince the gummy blocks to stick together. So please roll me a convince NPC to see how this this day's progress is gonna go.
This is the silliest set of rolls, and I love them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I feel like I may need to shed a light on a harsh truth here.
Uh-huh.
Please.
Since the precedent has been set, like, this is definitely the role to go with. The ship's a character now.
Yeah.
It's on Sunken Valley. It's about to get silly.
Oh no.
Welcome to
You thought I ran on
boys.
files before?
No, I'm self-propelled.
I could supply my own chuckles, chortles, and guffaws.
Yeah. It's like, obviously you don't have a specific thing to sort of convince them with, but what I'm thinking here is 7 to 9. But listen, I'll lay it out briefly here. You need to get 10 points for this to be as close to done as possible. You still need the pieces from Machine City.
Oh, yeah.
But a 7 to 9 gives you 1 point of progress, and a 10 gives you 2. So this time around, you get 1. And now it's a 3 out of 10.
Wahoo!
And, yeah. What kind of stuff is Ro doing? Like, are we just putting, basic blocks together to build up the body, or where are we at? Are we putting in a little flair?
I think we are not only putting in some of the blocks on the underside of the gummy ship so that there's a strong foundation. He's doing something which I imagine, which is for certain gummy blocks.
Hang on, you cut out a bit there.
Oh no!
Something you imagine, and then silence.
Oh, I imagine only engineers know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
The old lick the side of the block to make it stickier method?
Yes!
I like to imagine that he, presses on some of the blocks, and a little panel opens up for him to configure it.
Mm-hmm.
Like on maybe one of the weapon ones.
Yeah.
It's it's still gummy, though, so, when he closes it, it just kind of...
But yeah, as the day sort of progresses towards noon, at some point, two comes over to. I mean, depending on how y'all spending a morning, are you just kind of sitting around, waking up? Hey, Cooper. Hey, Cooper, what are you using the next few hours of the morning to do? Just hanging out? Because I feel like he's got some thinking to do that. Maybe he does. Maybe he does.
Yeah. I think spends some amount of time just kind of watching Rowan and making sure that's all progressing and he doesn't need any help. But seeing him bouncing ideas off too, it's like, okay, I don't know that I need to... I don't think I have to be here right now. And we'll probably just walk out back of the barn, kind of maybe towards the tree line a bit more.
Mm-hmm. The ground fairly close to the back of the barn is scorched, as if it was hit by lightning. So you did hear lightning last night. Pretty close, too.
Huh. And he's gonna look back at the barn and try to think about, did I, could I,
yes,
was
yes.
this me?
Yes.
And I think he was already gonna do it, but now he absolutely is gonna
Yeah.
summon his Keyblade. And then kind of think okay, she was kind of holding the Keyblade backhanded so that the pommel was at the top and was kind of using that like a staff.
Ooh.
And she had this lightning thing. And he's going to try to cast Thunder.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
For the uninitiated, that's me. What's a Verthunder?
So all of the red mage spells in Final Fantasy XIV add the prefix ver to the front from vermilion.
Ooh.
They're not red. I mean, I guess they kind of are because they're being cast by a red mage, but no, they just call them that. It is just a thunder spell.
Okay, so it is functionally a thunder spell.
Yeah, the real nitty gritty of it is the two main spells that they have, Arrow and Thunder, Ver Arrow and Ver Thunder, are normal spells that they've taken and accelerated, because normally Arrow and Thunder are damage over times.
Oh, okay. I see.
But they've altered them to just be, nope, I'm just going to hit you with all the damage all at once in a spell.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. So it is like a more powerful version in that it happens instantly.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, but functionally it's just a wind attack and a lightning attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's the damage in a lump sum instead of in payments.
Yeah. Damage in a lump sum, or as we call it in the industry, the dill. The dills?
And then the arrow is the white magic oriented one, and thunder is the black magic oriented one.
But we're gonna try to cast Ver Thunder.
Hell yeah.
I don't know that he's even thought it through necessarily to pick a target.
Uh-oh,
He's just gonna try to cast it.
Uh-oh.
I mean, there's trees.
There's trees.
There's trees and things.
Famously, forests are completely unharmed during lightning strikes.
No, yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
I haven't rolled all day. Where are my buttons? How do I do this?
While you're looking for that...
Hey, Cooper, look at this giant piece of metal I found in the box!
I just... Hey, Astral saying it's very thunder. Yes!
It's very thunder.
Yes, it is!
That's true. We don't need advantage for this. We're just
you
throwing spells.
Always say that. Okay! Alright! Yeah! That's what we in the biz call a success.
Holy shit.
And also, if you have a spent mastery link, you spent and, one of the locked ones, you can now refresh it.
Oh, shit!
Do you?
Hold on, where's my thing? I might. This is just mastery, or is it any flavor?
Any mastery specific.
Okay. I don't have a locked one of those spent.
Right. But yeah, holy shit! Explain yourself. Tell us how this very thunder, this perfectly executed first try, Ver Thunder goes.
I think a lot of it is kind of just going off of vibes and kind of recalling the sort of point of view being there as it was being cast, and kind of like, all right, so it's kind of leaning in this direction. We're taking these energies and kind of focusing them all right here. And then the end of his Keyblade is going to start like crackling with this kind of black and purple lightning. And like as it's building up, and then strangely parallel to the dream, kind of like, oh, I need to send this somewhere. This can't just keep going. This is gonna be bad for me, actually. Got too caught up in the idea of it and not the conclusion. And then kind of turns it outward and throws it towards the side of a tree.
Oh yeah. And yet, so it's like a lightning strike, like coming from your Keyblade and like going out, right? It's not like you're summoning a bolt from the sky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably, yes.
Probably. I mean, that's up to you.
especially for Thunder 1, yes. I think it's either a bolt or like a orb or kind of somewhere in between the two, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Massive lightning being shot out.
And yeah, it just smashes into this tree. I mean, we don't really, especially with the perfect success like that, we don't need to get into the effects of it, I don't think. It just, like, fully obliterates this, like, already dead, kind of rotted tree trunk that, you know, is rotted in the very wet sense so that it doesn't catch fire. And just splinters this trunk, and briefly after, barely a second after, you hear the thunder of it just hit. And I think especially, I mean, well...
I will say, I think it's louder than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, everybody hears this just crack.
Yeah,
And
I think
I'm like fully
Xweets,
stood
who
there
was...
frozen, like Keyblade pointed at it, like,
Mhm.
oh!
Xweets, who had been probably at least partially helping, but mostly antagonizing Rowan, here's the bolt, and like whatever dumb little quip she was making just sort of falls dead out of her mouth, and she like just sprints to the nearest door and outside, like
Yup.
about ready to launch into a bitch. What are you doing? People are awake. And then it's just Cooper.
Ro has also stopped whatever he was doing, and it's dashed out, and he's got Starflare in his hand. And he is, like, practically skidding with, like, a... And then he's, like, looking around confused, but then sees Cooper, is like, what the...
And I don't think Cooper has turned around yet and is still just looking at the tree.
Standing there with a Keyblade you've never seen before. Pointed
Coop.
the wrong way too, from what you know of Keyblades. Finn, I fucking
What the
love
fuck
that
is
it's
going on?
held like a staff. That's good shit. Anyway.
Was that... you?
Xweets is like looking around frantically, still unsure if anybody else is here. Because like the image of we get the thunderclap and then Cooper with a Keyblade drawn. It's like, is there some sort of a fucking fight happening already?
Yeah.
So she...
God, yeah, because what if this was, you know, Q's fucking, like, betrayal? Yeah. What if her plan was to get you to trust her a little bit and then attack?
Yeah, it's 1,000 things. Is it that she was full of shit, she's fucking lying to me, and here she is trying to kill them? Is it that she's here for something else and Cooper doesn't understand and he's already struck? What is it? Like, it could be 1,000 things and none of them are good.
And I think Ro is just able to read Coop's face and know that he's not in a I'm in danger, I'm attacking look. He looks shocked and he's holding a new Keyblade.
Shocked, confused, and I think a second or two of like you guys trying to talk to him, he finally like looks embarrassed.
If anybody's shocked, I think it's the tree.
Ro just like looks at him and is like, I thought for a second that Master Ramo was here.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Wait,
And
so
now,
that-
and now a shiver down Cooper's spine of like, I hope he somehow doesn't know. Duh.
Oh.
Does he know when you do lightning?
back at Heaven's Echo, Master Ramu puts his fucking newspaper down. Someone's fucking with lightning.
Who did it?
Someone's done a very lightning.
That was. And you're. Whoa.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of a threat? What?
No,
What is happening?
Sorry, that was that was just me.
And then he's gonna try and like relax and not just be like caveman SpongeBob.
Yes, I think Xweets visibly sort of deflates with relief as the panic leaves her, hearing Cooper say, "No, it was just me."
I should explain a little. So you two were saying that you had last night. I did too.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit. We lost the word dream.
Well, let me get a little closer to the mic.
Oh,
Yippee! Are you gonna ask Rowan for milk again?
Rowan, do you got any grapes?
God.
God!
Cooper, if you start this whole grapes thing again, I'm gonna suplex you.
What is going on with grapes?
It was a
What is happening?
It was a funny video. Anyway,
It was really, really not.
that little duck. It was cute.
It
Sorry.
just kept asking.
We can't make real memes canon. We can't.
We can go the D&D route. It was a puppet show we saw at the square.
Fucking stop it.
So I had a dream last night too. Mog was there, and he was telling me that the pendant that I usually wear is, surprise, actually a keychain for the Keyblade the whole time. And it did this.
And just kind of holding it sideways out.
Whoa.
Xweets is staring at it in silent bewilderment.
You had a keychain on you this whole time.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
It was the only thing I mean, I've had it as far as I can remember.
This is a different genre of necklace guy than I've experienced before. I don't know what that is.
I mean, he's a chain necklace guy, but he's also a sword guy? But rapier specific? So he's a fencer guy?
He wears big hats.
And, like-
Pick one quirk. Sorry.
You've done spells like lightning before, but that sounded huge.
Yeah, it happened a lot quicker than usual.
And did you describe it as being like black and purple?
I did. Instead of
I
kind of
think-
like a white core, it kind of has like a dark core and sort of a purpley blue exterior.
And and I'm just sort of shooting from the hip here, if any of those colors have to do with I mean, it's black magic, but with darkness in any way being being a part of it, I like the idea of perhaps Xweets catching just like the last few whiffs of darkness floating up off of the tree stump.
Oh, so I just posted a picture of what the spell looks like in chat. So it does have light to it, but it has a definite, like, dark energy in the crackles. So, like, an explosion can only be represented so many ways, you know? So there's a bit of a glow to it from that, but otherwise, yeah, it's got...
That's very darkness, yeah. That's very darkness coded.
Yeah, darkness in the way that Kingdom Hearts likes to show it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Xweets is going to notice just the last little bit of darkness coming up off of the remainder of the tree, but she's not going to say anything about it. She is going to mentally log that, though.
Though
Mm-hmm.
I'm in danger.
And then you hear a little voice from down in the grass. Hey, what? I overheard some of it, so are we good?
Yeah, sorry to worry you two.
Oh, no problem.
it
I
was,
make things explode all the time. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't one of mine.
No, yeah, sorry about that. No, we're all good.
Cool.
Sorry to drag you away from what you were doing.
Oh, no worries. I needed a break anyway. Oh, I did also want to tell you... Didn't you have somewhere to be today?
Yep. Today's the day.
Oh, right. We need to go to the shack.
Right, yeah. Red told me the loose bits of the plan.
Did you two really already forget that? That's
I didn't realize it was already today.
Yeah, time feels weird here.
Yeah, time is definitely weird since you two showed up.
Yeah, no, time is weird here. But that's... I mean, that's not in the lore, so don't worry about it. That's just because it's an RPG.
This has been a rocket-propelled grenade?
What?
Rocket-propelled grenade is what they called me back in college.
Oh.
I'll leave you to interpret that how you will.
Yeah, no, listen. The 2 doesn't actually say that. 2 does not have fourth world breaking capabilities. Don't worry, chat. Don't worry. No, it was a joke for show. But yeah, no, 2 is like, yeah, I mean, you should probably get... I don't want to push, I just wanted to remind you. Right, I'm going back. See you guys... Say bye before you leave.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then he starts walking back to the barn.
Man,
Are we good? Is there anything else we think we need?
not that I can
Xweets
think
is-
of.
Xweets is sort of silently regarding the Keyblade still, if Cooper still has it out.
I think so, probably, yeah. Still holding it backwards like an idiot. Well, I guess mostly still holding it forward. However he's holding it.
Yeah.
She's not saying anything about it, but she is like, would be obviously noticeably looking at it very intently. Like she's still present in the conversation, but her eyes are sort of just on it.
Actually, a question about it. And the crystal... Is the crystal like just hanging there as a normal crystal on a chain, or is it magic and floating?
Magic and floating is very cool. I about it. At the very least, it is inside the flower on the pommel.
Oh.
So it's not on like a long enough chain to like dangle out of that. So it could almost be like bellular in that way.
Ooh.
It's coming out of like the pommel flower. Yeah.
I've heard of a bluebell, but this is ridiculous.
Just showing it off to chat once again. And then a little chain out of here, maybe, with a crystal. Yeah.
Yeah, because the flower's hollow enough.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if it's about the length of the handle, it's pretty big, huh? That's such a cool design.
Yeah.
I got to look at lots of pictures of flowers.
Yay.
I was so almost considering putting a bird of paradise on there, but but I decided against it.
Listen.
We can't just do that.
Save it for the debrief. Because that I want to hear everything about that.
Hey, Coop. If we get time later, do you want to spar? Test out your new ability?
Yeah, if we have the time, sure.
You're gonna
haven't done that
thunder
in a
your
little while.
boyfriend?
Xweets, before she knows what she's saying, says, "You know what? Count me in on that."
Yeah?
Yeah. To be perfectly honest, I'm not really out of the testing phase with mine.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
This is gonna be good. Always bio. But yeah. Do you guys kind of get ready, say bye to 2, and set off for the shack?
You know, if there's
Absolutely.
nothing else really in the way, like Xweets has been probably the whole day, even when she was antagonizing Rowan, really like in her head, just back and forth between it's go time today and, you know, the events of the previous evening.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's probably a bit of a push-pull where, like, if he insists on working on this for a while today, could I get there and back? No, that would be too conspicuous. But like, you know, probably almost setting off a couple of times, but just never quite.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think she's definitely, all this is to say, the half of her brain that isn't on that is sort of champing at the bit to go.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think you pack whatever is not already in Rowan's pockets. Maybe catch a lunch and set off. Let me grab a map here. Behold. So, of course, I did not clarify back then where your meeting place was because I didn't have a map. I do now. You are meeting Rouge here, right across, well, I guess you can see my right across from the bridge to the southwest of Animal Village over the river. Like there's an area here that is still mostly mist-free, but right on the border of it, which is where you have decided to meet up. And I mean, because you didn't have the option to ask questions about it at that point, I guess, do you have any questions about sort of the route and the travel of it all that you would have asked back then?
How far is the distance? Like, how long is it? Is it a day's journey? Like,
let's see here. I have a little measuring tool there. Let's see. To over the bridge, like if you're walking, which I suppose you are, that'll take you, like an hour or so.
Okay, cool.
And then from there, Rouge has arranged both disguises and transport through the mist and to Machine City.
Through. Oh, through.
Oh, through.
Through, huh?
And yeah, from, like, because she would have told you back then, like, the plan is that she can acquire a special type of trucks that you have encountered before, made in Machine City, that are made explicitly for the purpose of being able to traverse the mist safely.
Is that why they're covered in a bunch of garbage? And by
Maybe.
garbage, I mean really, really expensive gems and jewels.
Yeah, maybe. Could be magic. Could also be bedazzling.
Could also just be bedazzling.
I think during the hour-long walk, there is going to be a point where, like, Rose yapping kind of dies down a little bit. And he does seem a little...
yap for an hour.
He does seem a little distracted. Like he's trying to remember something. And he's like kind of staring up now at the like, what's the weather like today?
That is a great question. Like around, like, it's sunny in Animal Village, and it's sunny for a bit, but there are dark clouds on the horizon to the west, where Machine City is, and they are moving in your direction.
Okay. I think, like, occasionally he just, like, stares up at the clouds. And, like, just kind of seems uncharacteristically a little bit more kind of lost in himself at the moment.
And as
You're
you're
weirdly quiet.
Hmm? Oh, yeah. Just thinking about some stuff.
Good stuff? Or
Old stuff. Been getting a lot of memories from when I was younger lately.
yeah.
Ooh, look at me, Mr. Remember my childhood. She doesn't say that.
And I... Just remembered some dumb fight that I had in the academy.
Who with?
Suna.
Oh.
Yeah. But also, yeah, you know he's got that stick up his ass about me, and then, like, also those marks on his arms.
Why would you bring both of those up at the same time?
I accidentally hit him with fire when we were fighting one time.
Huh?
Oh, and you lit a kid on fire?
I didn't mean it.
What? Were you like in a sparring class?
No. He was gonna...
Oh.
He and his stupid fucking friends were gonna... This was before you. This...
Is this like your toxic ex? Who is this?
Ew, no.
Oh, the
No,
way you
he's-
said it was before. Don't ignore me. I'm a fly on the wall.
Oh, right. No, Cooper joined the academy later. Oh, there goes my keyboard.
Oh, oh no! Oh, Cooper joined the academy, and I lost my cool. Oh, my keyboard. Wow.
Yeah, no, this was this was before Cooper joined the academy. No, this kid is he's a real dick. He was gonna use magic on me, which you're not supposed to do when you're, you know, not in a class under the supervision of your masters. And then it got turned around, and he made it look like, you know, I did that.
Set him on fire? I thought you said you did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was out of defense. It sounds like he was gonna.
Yeah, it was. And I didn't mean to cast fire. But that's kind of what I'm stuck on now, actually. All I did was summon Starlight. But now I think about it, Starlight summoned with fire that time. I'm just kind of thinking about that, you know?
Yeah, because you
So this-
didn't. Starflare was later. Right?
Well,
No. Oh.
kinda.
Oh. 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 Oh.
So,
Was. Hey, what? Okay. No, if you don't want to talk about that, though.
Talk about what?
I was actually and Coop, I don't know if I've told you about this, but I actually summoned Starflare when I was like 12. I was the first kid in my class to do that.
Oh. The significance of that, without explanation, didn't really land. I apologize, but wow.
But then I wasn't able to summon it again until I started training with Master Ifrit.
Oh, so okay.
That's why I always used Starlight, back in those days. I kept trying, it's just, it didn't want to come out. And no matter what I tried, with all the, what all the masters were telling me, it just didn't work. That's kind of why I thought that you were, like, ready to make fun of me when we first met.
Wait, so did you go to like a shitty school?
No. The academy is esteemed and
it's big.
I mean, it doesn't sound like, and I mean this entirely on your behalf, doesn't seem like they did a great job with you. That sounded much more critical than I meant it to.
That's because I kinda, did something really bad.
Oh, would you fucking kill somebody?
No!
Like as a kid?
No!
Is that Suna kid dead?
No.
Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not. Oh, Jesus. All right, there's...
If you met him, you would say the same.
I mean... Yeah, probably. So what was his problem? Was he like jealous because he had a fucking crush on you and he was too repressed to act on it? What was his deal? I don't know why I'm asking.
No.
He was kind of like a nepo baby, but not by blood, and then just thinks he's better. And I don't know that I know. I never.
Oh, you're cutting out.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying that he's kind of like a nepo baby, but not by blood. You know how kids are, though. They always be like, I'm better than you. Actually, you know what? I don't know that Cooper knows about kids. Never mind.
What?
Ugh.
No, Fen, say that again.
Cooper doesn't remember his childhood.
All right. Well, I just wanted to make sure that I
And
really
actually,
got what you just said.
When he says, you know what kids are like, I think Xweets is going to give him a look like, do I now?
Well,
she's not going to say anything, but she is just going to...
Silently handshaking through our eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was just a bully and he was pissed off that an accident that I caused meant that everyone couldn't go off-world for a while. Like, until they were 18.
So you poop your pants on one fucking field trip. Like, is that
What?
really that big of a deal? You were a kid.
I did not poop my pants on a field trip. The hell's wrong with you?
You said accident. I thought you meant like, like an accident. All right.
Oh my god, you're unbelievable.
I'm on your side here. All right.
Poop my pants. Unbelievable.
The teacher's got to bring out the biohazard kit one time. Oh, that's all anyone can talk about.
I remember watching the administrators try not to laugh as they said fecal incident, and I wanted to die.
No.
Sorry.
I kinda maybe accidentally broke something really important. On another world.
Sweets doesn't say anything, but the jokes have sort of left her face, as it were. When Rowan says, I accidentally broke something important.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure mistakes happen. I mean, aren't they, when you were in school, aren't they the ones supposed to be fucking watching you? Like, anyway. I don't want to pry into your shit. It sounds like they were a bunch of assholes is really the through line of everything that I'm hearing is all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that what I did to that world is, it's bigger than I realized at the time.
But like, what are you gonna do about it at this point? Like I don't think they treated you fairly as well.
I mean,
Hey, dude.
mm,
Rowan is still forbidden to fly, isn't he?
mm-hmm.
Does Cooper know this?
Probably. I mean, maybe not all the specific details, but I would assume I know they're still on house arrest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between not allowed to leave and explicitly also is not allowed to fly.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go on field but does the fact that we stole a car also maybe trump, any
Yeah.
you're not supposed to leave? I don't know.
You're not supposed to leave, but you also weren't supposed to go here, so... You had to steal a ship anyway.
So there's a few more things maybe a little higher on the list than did parole wrong.
Yeah, look, safety town aside,
Sorry, what?
Oh, the world that I ruined.
That's not what you said. That's not what you said before.
What? So it's when you say Xweets is grappling between obviously being able to see very clearly that this whole story is a source of pain for Rowan, but has also just been told that it took place at a place called Safety Town.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was where they took us to train. It was this whole, like, world of people that... Weirdly enough, it's kind of reminding me of this place a bit. Like, or at least some places in Animal Village a bit.
Wait. Okay, hang on. I feel like I've burst through the sidewall in the middle of a story here, and I'm trying to pick up context. But there is a whole world that was used by your school specifically to train students. This was a world.
Well,
I mean, it existed. I've never been. I don't know. I'll stop talking.
no, but it... So it was only a little bit of it that we would go to. It wasn't the whole world dedicated to training with us.
The school didn't
The
make
whole
it.
world was. So was. Xweets is like rubbing her temple. So is Safety Town a colloquialism, or is it the name of the world?
That's the name of the world.
The whole world. The whole world is Safety Town.
Yes.
Like she's completely serious. A single laugh does escape, but then she's straight back to serious. I. So Xweets is trying to gather her thoughts. I apologize.
Listen,
So you're telling me
you've got Animal Village and Machine City.
That's not the name of the world, though.
I got that. This is we're beyond just nomenclature. I'm just. Was it already called Safety Town before your school started going there?
I think so.
Okay.
As far as I can tell from what the masters kept, telling me about the thing that I ruined.
What the masters kept telling you, huh? Yeah, interesting. And you were how old? You were what? You were a baby? You're fucking what? 15?
13.
13! So you're telling me that this academy has put in place a system where it's possible for, and I'm.
Xweets raises a
I'm
great
a bit overwhelmed
point.
here, but there are like 1,000 different things that I'm picturing here, and all of them really sound like the fucking school's fault. And I don't know, maybe I just don't like institutions devoted to people telling what other people to do, telling other people what to do. Maybe that's a point of bias, but I don't know. You put a gun in a kid's hand, and then you get mad when the wrong person gets shot with it when it was your fault they had the gun to begin with.
It didn't, kill anyone.
It's a turn of phrase. Anyway. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, and I realize I've just sort of waded waist deep into your fucking personal history. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is it sounds like it was an unnecessarily difficult experience for you, and that sucks, I guess, is really it. What? Don't look at me like that.
Yeah. Thanks. Would you believe before you and Cooper, I didn't really, make friends very well because of that. So, thank you.
Sweets is suddenly doing like the timid little Luigi kicking a rock, like, you know.
Yeah.
But
so we're approaching stream end.
Stream end. I thought we were crossing the river in the middle.
Ay-ya-ka-ka.
Wow!
Wow! So my question right now is, Dupe, is there more to this chat that you'd want to do?
no, right now.
Sweets is definitely disengaging after once again finding herself, tits deep in someone else's story that she.
All right.
I sense that I have.
Because in that case, I'm gonna time skip us a little bit. Because you're, walking along a path through the woods surrounding Animal Village. And it opens up into pleasant rolling hills and beautiful flowers and like nice meadow area. But you can also see ahead both the stream, the bridge you're meant to meet at, and the fact that across the river, there is a bit of like continued flowers and like lavender and that kind of stuff growing. And then there's the gray matter and a little ramshackle shack on the other side of the river. And as you're wandering closer, which has taken around an hour's time, crossing the bridge, you've still got like some way to go before the mist. It's not like you're gonna trip and accidentally dip your head in it. It's still like, I mean, shit, here I am with my kilometers. It's a good bit away. And out from the mist, you see a big, gem-encrusted truck driving towards you. And as it gets closer to the shack, timed out with about when you guys have crossed the old bridge and arrived at the shack, it's like as much as a truck can drift, it goes into a drive. With the driver's side facing y'all, it like almost does a full spin around. The driver's side door gets like slammed open, and you see Rouge. Hey, losers. Ready to cross the mist? And that's where we'll end the episode.